I'll be taking her out of the nursery pot and putting her in Semi WaterCulture today. So went shopping with someone yesterday to help them pick out their first Phalaenopsis orchid to start growing, and lo and behold, I don't know if the rest of you know how this goes, but kept telling myself I can't get any more, I don't have enough room. This cute little darling miniature jumped out at me and said, "Take me home." So I brought her home, and she's in a decorative pot, and this is a nursery pot, and I'm going to be putting her in Semi WaterCulture. So it was only yesterday I got her, so I'm gonna go ahead and get her in her Semi WaterCulture home. So here we go. The first thing I'm gonna do, I soaked her good yesterday, and I'm gonna see how well she's got a little root tucked in here. Let's see if I can kind of pry her out of there. Tucked in there real good. I'm basically pulling on the flower stems here. Oh, I'm trying to gently pry her out, moving her back and forth, around and around. Maybe I squeeze the pot a little bit. Usually mine come out fairly easily, so hopefully I won't have to cut the pot off. That'll take a whole lot longer. So I'm gently, just very gently squeezing the little plastic pot here. Oh, there she comes. So there she is. All right, so pulled her out, and she's got this coconut fiber. I'm not sure what this is she's in, but you just got to kind of gently pull, kind of move her roots around again, very gently. She's got the great roots. Good roots, look at that. It's fabulous. So I soaked her really good yesterday when we got home, just so her roots would be a little more pliable. I'm gently loosening the roots up from the bottom, trying not to, break any off. If they do, especially with this one, I'm not super worried about it because, again, she's got a fabulous little root system. It's pretty easy to pry off. We'll see more as we get into this, but the interesting thing is where her roots were, close to the sides, exposed to the sides here. You can see how green they were. And then the ones that were buried here in the dirt, really white. And I think I'm going to take these stakes off here. This can take, depending on the size of the orchid. This is a little baby orchid, so it's a little tiny pot. Probably shouldn't take me more than 20 minutes. But, obviously the bigger the orchid you have, bigger the pot you have, the little, you want to make sure you give yourself plenty of time to do it. And you know what? If you have to stop in the middle and do it, the next day, because I've soaked her roots, she'll be okay. So see, That's more off, and see how these that were in the middle are a lot wider. But, and you can clearly see she still has her, you know, she's in flower, she's in bud. So, you know, I'll continue to let you know how she does. She might bud blast. That means her buds, you know, because of the stress of coming to a new environment, switching to a different growing method, etc. She might lose her buds, but that's okay. She will rebloom, and I'm hoping she'll be happier. Like I say, all my phals really seem to like the waterculture or semi waterculture method, and they adapt really quickly. Yeah, my plan is to put her in a vase in the semi waterculture, like I do all my Phalaenopsis. It seems to be the growing technique that works best for me and my Phalaenopsis. So, look at that. Yeah, she's got a fabulous, I gotta tell you, this is one of the best root systems I have seen. Again, I'm just trying to gently loosen up her roots. There, I've got most of that off. And if you don't get all of it off, that's okay. We're going to rinse it. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and rinse her off. Oh. I'll come over here to the sink. I want to make sure the water is a nice tepid or room temperature, just like, you know, when I water my orchids. As it is, it's, you know, going through enough shock, going from the nursery to the store, and from the store to my house, and now she's been taken out of her home that she's known for a long time. So we don't want to put cold water on her roots or anything. That's really good. I am really happy with her. Look at these roots. So now, the one thing I did forget was to get more rocks or whatever, but you really don't need the rocks if you have a nice heavy vase. And the vase I'm going to put her in is a very sturdy vase. So I have a few river rocks. Okay, so all I did was get my vase out, put a couple pebbles in there, and I'm going to make sure she fits in there. And we'll see. I want her to fit snug so she's not moving around too much. Because they don't like to move around. But I want to get as many of her roots down there as possible. There she is in her new vase. And like I said, I had soaked her before to get all of that stuff off of her root system. So I will probably give her a couple of days, 3, and water her again. And once her roots start, you know, drying out. And we will see how she does. See, she's got this whole bloom spike, has all the buds on it, and this one's got some that are open. So I'll, in a couple of days, I'll take a shot of her, and we'll kind of keep an eye on her. and do progress reports on her and how she's adjusting. Did she bud blast, etc., etc. It's not too hard. Pretty easy to do. So that is how I repot my Phalaenopsis orchids when I first get them and put them in Semi WaterCulture. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.